Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Good. Sometimes you may have to like, and this is for Jamie, sometimes you may have to like unsubscribe and then resubscribe to come back, and then you might see the notification that way. Or there's an option within my channel. I think there's a 3 dots in a line that goes up and down. I think you can click that, and I think it says, or the bell. Oops, hold on. There are a couple of ways you can do it, but make sure that the notification bell is turned to all notifications, okay? How y'all doing today? Today is Friday. Oh, Friday the 13th. Okay. Okay, all right, cool. I didn't even realize that. All right. Let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozen. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful Handsome Collective. Hello, Collective. Flowers, 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 2 more times. Flowers, 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 1 more time. Flowers, 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 yeah. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below, okay? So today we're going to be speaking about mental instabilities, but I'm going to do it with a twist in regards to speaking about the karmics. It'll make sense. All right, so the channel message here is their true self looks good on them, okay? They wear nothing but lies, or more so they live nothing but a life of lies. So they don't know how to wear the truth, which is why I did it in that way. But their true self looks good on them. And in this instance here, their true self is basically, it's insanity. And I'll break it down as to why I'm stating that in that way. So doing something over and over with no solid results is sanity, or is insanity. You're doing something over and over and over. No matter how many times you do it, you just keep getting frustrated, and you just keep doing it over and over and over, to the point where, you know, and this is not you, but just speaking generally here, sometimes an individual can become very unaware of reality, or more so they become disconnected from reality because they want something done their way or the highway. That makes sense? So when someone is really focused on whatever it is that they're wanting to manifest, it really don't matter if it's a good thing or a negative thing, but in this instance here, it was a very negative thing that they were trying to manifest against you here. They really went above and beyond to ensure that that fiction of a story was going to come true, okay? So, a person who does something over and over but does get success is not insanity. So I'm going to break this down. So I mentioned before, for them on the negative side of things, for a person that's on the negative side of things, doing something over and over with no solid results is insanity, right? But a person who does something over and over but do get success, that's not insanity. So in regards to the individual, that will be you, you're getting success, and success can come in many ways, shape, or form, right? An example of that would be, despite you doing the same thing over and over, it's like going to the gym, for example, right? If you continuously go to the gym, maybe once a week, twice a week, 3 times, however way you do your thing, but it's a consistent thing, you're going to get a positive, like a reward or a positive outcome by being able to go to the gym and staying in shape and things of that nature. That makes sense. So it's like a great consistent regimen to stay in shape. But what's happening here is that they never, and this is more figuratively now, when it came to keeping their mind, or more so their body in shape, they didn't know how to do that. They did a lot of things to kind of run their body down, or more so run their mind down with a lot of negative things in regards to, could be their environment, it could be, you know, the social environment that they're in. I mean, it could be many different stipulations here. But what's happening here is that they're really tried and true. And I'm going to explain that. They love to lie. That's all they do. They love, love, love to lie. They don't care who they lie to. As long as they're able to be successful with the lie, it's like they get goosebumps on their body. It's like, it feels so invigorating. It feels so good. It's like, yes, I got another person. That's really how they be feeling when they be doing their foolish things, their little childish things, if that makes sense. So, So even though they have been tried and true, basically they still love to lie. So it resonated with them. It was true to them. But on the flip side of it, when it came to the truth, when it came time to speak truth or listen to truth here, it was very foreign towards them. It didn't resonate with them, and it wasn't true to them. So because of the many things that they have done towards you here, is now being publicly placed in front of basically society to see here. They don't know how to handle that here. And because they don't know how to handle the lies that they have been saying, and it's so crazy because they're the one that has been leading with lies. That's what's been coming out of their mouth. They don't know anything about truth. And I just find it very odd that finally someone is being able to have their truth being spoken with the credible and the real hard factual evidence, you know what I mean? And being able to, okay, yeah, now I understand, or whatever the case may be. It's just crazy how this person here is now like starting to like suffer from some form of like an emotional and a psychological inconsistency with the mind here. I'm gonna break that down because I feel like this is something that you should know. And to be honest, I feel like these are things that we should have learned in school. I'm so for real, because I was sitting here and I was doing research earlier. That's why I didn't come on at my regular time. And I wanted to go a little bit deeper and dive deeper in regards to why things are happening the way that it's happening here, so that way you don't get yourself back into a situation in this way. And this can be spun against for many people. So a mother, a father, a sister, a uncle, cousin, friend, ex-friend, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter like your background or what your experience is. I feel like you can still benefit from learning about this, so that way you can pass this knowledge around to people that, you know, that you care about. Thank you. Hi, thank you. All right, so the first one here is chronic self deception. So, the reason why they're not doing well mentally, or I'll say the reason why they're going through their mental instability here, is because the truth has came tumbling out and the lies are now, they can't handle it. It's too much to handle. It's too much to bear. Every time they hear of you or they see you, all they keep seeing and hearing is nothing but the truth. And when someone is not ready for the truth, as I mentioned before, it can trigger them in a very profound way where it can actually make them very sick, like physically sick. Because again, imagine someone's been speaking lies for many years upon years upon years, and they really thought that they had the, we'll say, the game on lock, right? But when things started to shift for them in a different way, and they realized that they never had the game on lock in the first place. But anywho, that's another perspective. But they realized they didn't have the game on lock here, and now that everyone has been able to, it's like everyone has now have the password or the passcode to how this person do things behind the scenes. It's like playing Super Mario Brothers, right? The first one on Nintendo. On the first level, I believe, there is certain parts or certain hidden parts within the actual Mario world where you have to jump up or hit the thing so you can get in there, or you may have to go in the what do you call that thing? That sucker thing. What's that thing he be going down? Whatever you call that thing, child. It was green. What's that called? Help me out. Like a sewer, and they always make the noise like doo doo doo. But anywho, I say all that to say though, seriously. Oh, pipe. Yes, the pipe. Child, Lord child. Oh my God. Thank you. Listen, your pipe tuna toe, yeah. Y'all know I talk about that, okay? But no, for real. So imagine that actual what do you call it? That actual world or level 1, right? And when you go down that pipe, it gets really dark. But there's a certain spot within the game where he actually have to run really fast. So he start from a certain point, a vantage point, and then he runs pretty quickly over, and then you see him jump up like over it or over the top. But that was like a secret room or secret, you know what I mean? Like a secret level here. That it's like that. It's like, this is how they were playing the game here. They were always trying to play very secretive when it came to you or coming to do foolish things towards you, if that makes sense. So the moment that now that they felt or now they feel, and I'll even put it in this way, we all know Mario now is considered very retro. It's a classic, you know, it's more antique, but it's a really respected antique type of thing, you know. And sometimes with, we'll say, retro things, you don't have the ability, or you may not have the tools or the option to be able to still utilize those things, if that makes sense. It's older. Maybe the programming is outdated. Maybe it needs an upgrade. Maybe there's not, maybe the, whatever the pieces or the appliances or the parts that make the Nintendo, whatever it is, maybe it's not available anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe the parts are not available, if that makes sense. So I say all that to say here is that they were really on an outdated program in regards to how they did things towards you. It was more so very antiquated, but they really thought that because it was antiquated in the way that they perceived it here, they thought it was the bee's knees. And the reason why they felt it was the bee's knees here is because they never got caught in regards to the type of things that they were doing, not only towards you, but towards other people. Because again, you weren't the only one affected, but you may have been one of the one or one of that has been severely affected. So you want to have to take that how that resonates, okay? So chronic self-deception. They lie so much to others and themselves that they start to believe the lie. Over time, they lose the ability to separate fact from fiction. So an example I wrote would be a narcissistic parent, right? Will say, I gave my child everything. I was the best mom or the best dad anyone could ask for. But to be honest, they were emotionally neglectful. They were critical, and they were very controlling of you. Also, they dismiss your feelings. They prioritize their own image, and they manipulated you with either guilt or shame. And that's what's being exposed here. More so the inner parts of self that they thought that they have locked away, not only from themselves, but from other people. But because of how things are playing out here, is like people are seeing them self-destruct in the flesh, if that makes sense. So again, going back to the Mario, the actual first board, 1 of 1, when you start the game, Nintendo, just regular Nintendo. When you start the game and you go down to that level, it's completely dark. But within Mario, there are many different, like, certain special rooms and stuff that you can get to. If you get to there, you can get to the prize in that kind of way. And that's how I see these individuals here. It's like you had to kind of figure them out in a different way, because just watching them like this, they thought that you couldn't figure them out, like just at vanity or at face point, if that makes sense. So they had other compartments. I hope this makes sense. They had other compartments within self that they thought that they could keep hidden from, either from you or even from themselves. They hid it from themselves because that would be the truth of them, and they would not be able to handle that. So in order for them not to self-destruct based on what they really know, what's about them, they do things in a different way to make sure that, again, that hidden parts of themselves is completely locked. If at any point in time, and again, it never happened before until you came along, but they always thought that they had their mind on lock, or they always thought that they had those special compartments, or more so those special areas where it's more so reserved for them was on lock. And when I say reserve on them, meaning their true mannerisms, their true personality, their true DNA, their true, you know what I mean? Like truly who they are, like the parts that they want to hide from you. But the reason why they're trying to hide it from you is because, again, they're trying to make you become unwell or mentally unwell. And it's all going to make sense because I want to put it all together to, you know, for you guys to understand. Does this make sense so far? I want to make sure y'all understand so far. If I need to break it down, please let me know. Or break it down further, please let me know, because I will. Thank you. Okay, so it's good. I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Okay, because I really want for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. So, okay. So if at any point in time you may have had a conversation with a mother or father, uncle, brother, cousin, sister, whatever the case may be here, right? When confronted with the truth, so that will be you. You could be, maybe you were the child before, or maybe you are the adult now, take it how it resonates. You may have said something towards them in regards to what you went through, what you've experienced, and they'll say something like, you're being ungrateful, or I don't know where you get that from, or you're rewriting history. I never did that, or something to that nature here. And it's because of the chronic self-deception. So what happens is everything starts from a seed, right? Everything starts from a seed. Plants, babies, everything just starts from a seed, right? So when they started to lie, or when you were aware that they were lying, they were trying to cover it up. So it started with just self-deception. They were deceiving themselves because they knew you were speaking the truth in regards to what they were doing towards you, but they did not want you to be aware that you were spot on. So they had to do things to kind of make you go unwell or mentally unwell. So that way they can keep, again, those hidden compartments, the hidden aspects, the true raw identity as to who they were. They wanted to keep that hidden from you. They had to keep that hidden from you, and it's for a reason. Because if you knew what it was, then you wouldn't deal with it. It would have been completely like done a long time ago. If that makes sense. So it started with self-deception, right? The self-deception here represents a seed. And every time you caught this person in a lie, they kept deceiving themselves over and over and over and over. When you were telling them the truth, whether to their face, text message, whatever, however, you were telling them the truth here, it just made them keep going in a more darker but inner type of way, but a very darker spots within that was hidden. That's their comfy spot. When they feel threatened or when they feel whatever, challenged, they go into that spot, that hidden spot that no one is not supposed to be aware about, meaning their true raw identity, meaning the evilness that they exude is what I'm speaking about. The nastiness, the behaviors that they, that they play out and things of that nature, stuff like that. So when they, yes, thank you. So when they feel pressure, they go back into that spot where they feel no one is aware of, and it kind of like puts them in a position where they can kind of think about how they can do things towards you, how they can harm you, how they can come towards you. You know what I mean? It's like their recharge spot, if that makes sense, that dark part of self that no one is aware about. Because if you're not aware about it, then it more so benefits them than more so you, because you're not aware about it, right? So it starts with self-deception as a seed. And the more you spoke the truth, the more they got so angry at you and so bitter at you, to the point where now it is chronic, because now they actually are literally believing what they think is true, but it's not true. You've been telling them, no, that's not true. No, it's not. No, it's not. And they keep trying to do everything possible to make you feel how they feel. You know what I mean? Unwell. So the next one here is distorted reality, right? So to protect their ego, they twist every situation. They have to, because again, they don't want you to be aware of that. That's what's called the soft spot. Okay, they don't want you to know about their soft spot or their hidden spots of self, because that would truly expose who they truly are. That will completely destroy them, because they've been putting on this big show. No matter how they're doing it, everybody has different perspectives. Some people do it through clothes. Some people do it through jewelry, meaning being flashy. Some people do it through harming others. Some people do it through infiltrating a friend's circle. Some people do it through, I mean, just take it how it resonates. A cousin circle. There's so many different perspectives in regards to how you can put this here. But distorted reality is to protect their ego. They twist every situation. They rewrite the past, blame others, and refuse to take accountability. Their world becomes a false reality. So again, it goes back to the first one in regards to the self-deception, or more so the chronic self-deception. So the more that you keep telling them no, the more that they keep distorting, and the more it actually becomes like an illness, like a chronic illness, like for real. Like I feel narcissism is a chronic illness. I really do. I do. I truly do. Because ain't no way people, you just can't argue with me with that, man. I'm doing too much research. You just can't argue with me with that. You just can't. It's too many overwhelming evidence. And people getting hurt because, you know what I mean? Most people don't like to hear the word narcissism. You always talking about that word. Can we stop talking about that word? Can we not? Can we continue speaking about this word, so that way we can ensure, collectively speaking, we are safe from these individuals? Yes, I said it. Don't nobody want to be around no narcissistic individual. And some of them are very violent at times too. It depends on the level, child. So narcissism, absolutely not. But with the distorted reality, I'll give you an example. Imagine a narcissistic partner who constantly flirt with others, makes shady comments, and crosses emotional boundaries. When the partner brings it up and expresses hurt, their response will be, "You're too sensitive. I'm just being nice. You're imagining things. You always ruin things with your insecurities." That's a form of a distorted reality, meaning that you know what you saw, but they need you just to turn there just a little bit. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Going back to that self-deception. Now it's starting to grow. It's starting to grow even more. Okay? It's starting to grow even more. And you tell them, no, that's not right, that's not right. And they study trying to distort your reality. And the more they distort their reality, the more they put into this, what's the word? Into this self-deception of self. That makes sense? So the third one here is emotional repression. Everything coming back full circle, right? Emotional repression. So that one states they avoid shame, guilt, and vulnerability by burying those emotions. But what's buried doesn't disappear. It festers. What did I say earlier in regards to they don't want you to be aware in regards to their hidden spots or the darker spots of self? That makes sense. That's their retreat spots. That's their go back to think spot. That's their whatever. It's their like recharge center or whatever that case may be here, right? So when they want to avoid shame, guilt, or vulnerability, don't they run away? You don't hear from them for a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, shoot, maybe even couple of years, depending on how severe it is. That makes sense. So they're going back to that space where they're trying to reconstruct or redo something here to cause even more harm to you. So now it's creating even more, going back to self-deception, but now it's starting to become chronic because they're realizing that the reality that they think or they thought that they saw for you is not what they're seeing. It's something completely different based on your success. And success can be spun in many different ways. So take that how that resonates. You can be successful in your health, successful in getting a good night's rest, successful walking, however it resonates, okay? So take that how that resonates. But because of how your success is showing up now, currently, it's really distorting their reality to the point now that they're trying to emotionally repress themselves. And they emotionally repress themselves by avoiding shame, guilt, and vulnerability by burying those emotions. They're going to hide it. They're going to run away. You don't hear from them. And you thinking everything is cool. And as soon as they see you doing something good or something great for yourself, then they come right back in with their foolishness here. They know exactly what they're doing. It says, but what's buried doesn't disappear. It festers, leading to rage, paranoia, and emotional instability. So an example would be a narcissistic person grows up believing that showing emotion is weakness, right? They're taught to suppress vulnerability, so they become hyper independent, emotionally cold, and driven by external success. Anytime sadness, guilt, or shame tries to surface, they shove it down. So they'll say, an example would be instead of saying they hurt me, they say, I don't care. Or instead of crying, they'll get angry. Instead of apologizing, they'll blame. Instead of sitting with discomfort, they try to control everything around them, okay? So the reason for that is because they're not emotionally stable, they're emotionally frozen. So the feelings they refuse to acknowledge doesn't disappear. They build pressure like a cooking pot in that kind of way, going back to that chronic self-deception. The deception of self. Every time you look in the mirror, every time you see yourself in the mirror, there's something that may be deceiving you. That's how they're looking, or that's how they see life right now. Every time they see themselves, it's so full of deception. That's why they can't look in the mirror. No matter how many times they may try, they can't do it. That's why they're so violent and emotionally crashing out and doing all different types of foolish things. It's because they can't handle who they are. The chronic deception of self, they can't handle that. So because they can't handle that, and this is all they kept doing over and over and over and over, again, they're trying to do something towards you to slow you down, to stop you from growing, to stop you from being successful, from stop you from hanging with people and meeting people and being around people. They were doing everything to just block who you were. And they thought that was fine. And no, that wasn't fine here. So there's a lesson learned here in regards to what they're going through. It's a mental instability, and it's very severe. Very severe. And the reason why it's very severe is because now they're wearing the chronic self of deception. They are. You speaking the truth and you hitting them with the truth, literally hitting them with the truth, and all they have are deception and lies. Every time you hit them with the truth, it aches them to their core. I don't think you understand how powerful truth is. It really aches them to their core. They can't stand it. It's triggering. Remember what I mentioned in regards to the pressure. Let's go back to that. They're not emotionally stable, and this is a emotional repression. They're not emotionally stable. They're emotionally frozen. The feelings they refuse to acknowledge does not disappear, but they build pressure. And the more truth that you speak against the lies they have been speaking, it keeps building this pressure. But the pressure is started from, again, that chronic self-deception of self. They created themselves in that way. They created the deception of self. They did, not you. You didn't create that. That's not you. So they couldn't understand why you couldn't see things in their way, or why you couldn't act the way that they act, because that's not you. It's not you. So why would you act like something that's not you? Is that real? That's not real. That's fake. Somebody having wonton soup? Okay, we have wrong time. Every time they try to come towards you, it was always the wrong time. Always, always the wrong time. I'll even split it in this way. Yes. Every time they try to do something towards you, it was always the wrong time. They always had to borrow more time or get more time or to get away to recharge themselves. You don't realize that? Take a look at it from this perspective. When this person come around you and they're starting their foolishness and you speak the truth here, you get into an arguing match, a shouting match, they're telling lies and you telling truth. They're not letting you know that the truth is hitting them real hard in their chest. So they need time to recharge. So every time they come towards you and they start an argument, they can't handle you. They can't. Your truth packs a punch, literally, figuratively. They can't stand your truth. God damn, it's too harsh. Why you gotta say it like that? This is what this is. This is what this is, the truth. That they cannot stand. Can't stand it to the point that they're now going outside of themselves to do a lot of things to not only cause harm to themselves, but to make an ass out themselves too. And that's what these individuals have been doing for such a very long time. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over with no results. And again, if you do something over and over with no results, they say that's insanity. Why are you doing it? And it's not helping you. It's slowing you down. It's making you angry. It's making you irate. It's making you lose sleep. No, that's not good. But on the flip side of it, a person who do something over and over but do get success, that's not insanity. You're not stuck. Despite you doing the same thing over and over again, an example would be going to the gym. You want to stay in shape. You want to keep in shape. You want to do certain things, whatever, however it resonates. You continue with that regimen because you know that outcome, that specific outcome is going to benefit you in the long run. If that makes sense. So they can't handle that you had the key. And this is what I meant from before. Hopefully you're sticking with me. As I mentioned, you've always had the key of truth, right? And again, going back to those individuals that will run or hide away from you to more so recharge or to just sit in that filth of darkness that they love to sit in, because that's when they get to lurk and try to see what you're doing and figure out, hey, how you going? You ain't hear from them in 3 months or 6 months or so, playing this game, this tit and tat game for you to kind of see what's up. The moment that they even sniff or see that something successful is coming in, they come right back in. They know exactly what they're doing. It's very calculated. Very, very, very calculated. And say social conditioning. It's a social, yeah. Of course it is. Is narcissism a part of social conditioning? This will make a good sociology class. For real. Yeah, this will make a good sociology class. Let's see. Hey, TikTok. How y'all doing over there? We have numb. Numb is in reverse. Numb is in reverse. So it's basically, okay, yep, that makes sense. So they basically live life with no emotions. They don't care what happens. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care, you know, they just don't care. Okay, okay, because playing safe is in reverse. And I feel like the reason why they don't care is because you don't care. And by you not caring, it's triggering them to where, wow, they see the truth of you. Your silence is truth. Specifically, if you spoke truth, your silence is also truth. By allowing them to do their thing, talking and yapping and yip, 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 whatever the case may be, it really backfired in their face. But more so in a social conditional setting. Meaning that you as a collective can see it like you can spot it a mile away. I'm here in Little House on the Prairie, or you eating corn or sweet corn. Someone's eating okra and rice, or you could be eating dirty rice, or sasan rice. Someone's name is Ginger. Someone's name is Gallagher. Gallagher. Someone's name is Grayson. Oh, thank you. That's a great compliment. Thank you, Ashante. We have self-sabotage. Chronic self-deception. They lie so much to others and themselves that they start to believe the lie. Over time, they lose the ability to separate fact from fiction. Self-sabotage into the social conditioning here in regards to thinking that you are something that you're not. They really thought that you were a lie because that's all they knew. That's all they knew. They just knew you were a lie. And they thought truly, deeply that you were a lie because they never seen the truth like you before. If that makes sense. They never seen the opposite side of a lie before, which is the truth. So when you came along and you spoke nothing but that, it's like, damn, what is this? It's like your truth is impeccable. Nobody messing with it. Yes, your truth is very impeccable. Can't nobody mess with that. And it's also the way that you say it too. Yes, because it's going to stick like, yeah, you going to hear this truth, you know? That's what they can't take, which is why, going back to wrong time, every time they try to come up towards you here, it was always the wrong time. Because every time they thought that you were unprepared, you were prepared. It could be just from the mouth, just telling them about themselves. You know, when you're having an argument or the disagreement, if that makes sense. Your truth was triggering to them, and at the time you weren't even aware. And this is why they felt like they had to get revenge on you. This is why they felt like they had to get you back, because they couldn't handle your truth. Your truth hurts, literally and figuratively. It was like getting a big whale or a lash every time you speak truth. That's how it feels. It's like piercing to them, and they can't handle that. And they're doing everything possible to return, to retwist you. It's kind of like, stop and make it stop. Like in that kind of way, like stop telling, like that's how it is. You got to really break it down and see. But like their inner parts are screaming, stop. That's why they're always trying to get you to react. They're always trying to get you to be upset. They're trying to make you do so many different things to make you seem like something that you're not, because of the truth that you speak. Does that make sense? Does that make sense though? Because, baby, look, it says scared of change. They've sabotaged themselves so much that they are afraid that, I mean, what else is there? If that makes sense. They self-sabotage for so long. They're afraid of change. They're petrified of change. You are change. Truth is change. Yes, it is. No matter how long it takes, it's still going to change something, no matter what that is. And they knew for a fact that the things that you were saying towards them were changing them, and they couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle that mess at all. Why you keep telling me the truth? I don't want to hear that. You know too much. You think you know too much. You think you know it all. You be like, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? What the hell? They're afraid of the change, or scared of the change of the truth that you speak, because they know when you come around and you speak that, it's like, damn, okay, all right. And it's like, now, your truth is transformative. Okay, let me get you out of here. That's weird. Okay. So, we have bad advice here. And they receive bad advice in regards to how to do things towards you here. It didn't work. What do you mean it didn't work? It worked before. It didn't work. So now they're starting on that. They're on that hamster wheel of self-sabotage, that hamster wheel of chronic self-deception. They're doing it. It's a circle, a toxic cycle, over and over and over and over, to the point where you're like, no, I'm tired. I'm sick of this, literally or figuratively. I am sick of this. And you stepped away, generally, collectively speaking. You stepped away. The moment that you stepped away, it became very reckless. Very reckless. To who? To you or to them? Man. Oh, man. The moment that you stepped away, they became reckless. The moment you stepped away, not the moment they stepped away. Because again, when they stepped away, is to go and recharge and to figure out how to beat you again. They feel like they're in control. But the moment that you stepped away is the moment that they became reckless. And anything that becomes reckless is a sight to be seen, literally and figuratively, right? Something arguing or fighting or something like that, something that will get your attention. This person is unwellness, we'll say that. Their mental unwellness or instability is going to be shown, or is being shown, because of the lies that they spoke, because they couldn't handle the truth, literally and figurative. Damn, support. I didn't even realize, I swear. Look, so support. They could not support the truth, literally and figuratively. Literally and figuratively. They had issues. They never held anything so heavy before, and we all know the truth is heavy as very. It's very, very harsh, yes. But it needs to be, in order to rip away or to break away or to plow away whatever has been holding this weakened foundation. Just because a foundation is weak doesn't mean you can just kind of break it on just a one. Yeah, sometimes you got to keep going at it. Even though it's weak, you still may have to add some strength to it to break it apart. You know what I mean? Someone's name is Sandoval, Sandra. Someone's name is Skelly, Skellie, Skelly, I believe, Scully. Someone's name is Simpleton. What else, Spirit? Obligation. Okay. So no support, obligation. They didn't have any support. And they felt obligated to you supporting them. They never supported you, but you needed to support them, which is really odd to me. I don't understand how people can take other people's kindness for weakness. They abuse your kindness for weakness. You realize they've been abusing your kindness for weakness. You step away from it and they're mad at you because you realize what they did to you when it was something that could have been very preventable. Like I keep saying, a lot of things in life can be very preventable if you just listen to self, or if you know what I mean, you connect with self. And they can't do that. They don't even have support of self. It's like they're literally the lies literally eating them alive. If that makes sense, like literally and figuratively, their lies are truly eating them up alive. How do you know that? Just take a look at them. Even if you can't see them, people go. I'm telling you, you're gonna get news. You're gonna get a little birdie right in your ear, your inbox, your text message. Did you hear about such and such? No, what? What happened, girl or bro? However, you're going to get your confirmation. They're going to look very ill, unwell. They may not have hair. Like I mentioned, somebody may have lost their teeth. It's bad. They could be very grayed all the way out. It's bad. Their skin could be very droopy. Their eyes could be sunken in. Could have bags underneath their eyes. Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, dependence and then anger. So the more they were depending on you, or they were obligated to depend on you, and when you said no, they had anger. And they destroyed themselves. And anger can destroy somebody. If you keep being rah, you ain't this, you ain't that, da, da, da. If you're like that all the time, you can develop headaches, migraines, your heart can be racing, your actual blood pressure goes up. It's not a good thing. All the time, it's not good. And that's where they wanted you to be in, because of the truth that you spoke. Now, if they would stop provoking you, they'll stop getting truth. I promise you, it's truly that simple. If they stop provoking you, they'll stop learning the truth. What is so hard about that? because because you can't be right. Your truth can't be right. So then what is truth then? Is it right or wrong? Literally or figuratively, what is it then? What is it here for then? Is it supposed to serve a purpose? Well, what's the purpose of telling the truth? It says reality check. That just fell right down. Hey. Again, I don't understand I'm the truth. Yeah. 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 That's them. Always talking about something they telling the truth. Telling the truth for what? And why is it behind closed doors? Why you always gotta wait to say you the truth behind closed doors, but not in front of other people's face? Anyways, why are you even saying that you are the truth behind closed doors? You don't have to say that if you know that you are. Like, that's why I be saying y'all different. Your uniqueness is different. You know what I mean? It's just a sight to be seen, but it's like a real positive of difference, if that makes sense. And that's what you gave outside and behind closed doors. They thinking now, well, they waiting for you to switch up. Switch up what? That's you outside. When you outside, you know, when you going grocery shopping, you traveling, whatever you do outside. When you go outside, okay, yeah. Behind versus when you are behind closed doors. They think you're a whole different person. No, yeah. You're not loud when you're outside. You're minding your business. You're doing your thing. You come home, same thing. Just like chill. It's not, you chill. Like you vibing. Like life is vibing. I think that's safe to say. If not, let me know. But I strongly feel like the collective, like life is vibing. It's good. And it's going to get even better than this. For the ones that's on the right side of things. That's what you, what's the word? Unseen. You might not see it right now. And that's fine. So. Yeah, just chilling, just vibing. Like you sitting outside in the open field and it's a warm, let's say summer day, it's like 81 degrees. It's just perfect. It's not too hot. Like the sun is perfect, right? And the wind is just blowing like that. Like life is vibing. That's what it feel like. Life is just vibing. It's like, okay, cool, yeah. All right, no problem. There's no fighting. There's no restraints, constraints. There's no, you said it. It's none of that. It's just you on cruise. I'm hearing China. Someone's name is China? Yeah, look, energy drain. Procrastination. That's why they always said they need more time. They need more time to go back to their little dungeon, their little lair, to recharge their little nasty energy. But then they procrastinate you in a way to where you can't move forward. A mother figure may have done this. A father figure may have done this. Am I still selling my journals? Yes. Yep. And also I have my other one coming out. It's up for review. So I'm just waiting for that to be approved. And yeah, those should be on the market hopefully next week. So I'm done with my book, my narcissistic book. Yay! It's over 309 pages and it's filled with many different like exercises. It's a lot of like mental things, mental conversations, thoughts-provoking questions to get you to really think deep or deeper so you can really get out of this and don't ever get back into this foolishness anymore. So I'm just waiting on that to, I'm waiting on it to be approved, and yeah, I will let y'all know when I get my copy, and then so yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I love it. But yeah, so thank you. Yep. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. Shoot, I'm gonna use it too. Thank you. So we have insincere, okay? Energy drain, insincere. Yeah, so one more. Perseverance. One more. Fear of your power, insincere of the procrastination. Okay, yes. Okay, so insincere of the procrastination because they were trying to preserve their energy that was draining from them because of the power that they felt from you. God damn, let me say it again. They were very insincere about the procrastination in regards to their energy draining. Their energy was draining because of the truth that you were speaking. They were trying to preserve their power by, again, going back to their little lair, their little dungeon that they go back to. More so to come back out to kind of face their fear of your truth. It's like every time they face you, it's like they fear you. They don't ever want you to be aware that they fear you, but it's more so the truth. And as I mentioned before, the truth is what it is. It's ugly, it's in your face, it's raw, it is what it is. Like, either you upset or you not. That's just what it is. You can't. Hey, it's what it is. And that's what they don't like about you. That power that is like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, what do you mean you don't, what do you mean you don't care? What do you want us to say? Care about what? What you want us to care about, Heifer? If that makes sense. Thank y'all. What you want us to come on. So the shadow side comes out and the shame comes out. You bring out the shame in them with your truth. Hey, two horses. That's crazy. The next time you think about speaking truth or you speak truth, just sit and listen to how powerful it is to be able to do that, honestly. Because again, you brought shame to them to the point it brought out their shadow side. Damn. And actually, thank you for saying that. On YouTube, Ashley Gideon says, I wish they didn't take it that way. I'd be grateful to hear the truth. And yes, the reason why they weren't able to accept it because they never spoke it, they never lived it. And if you never experienced something, you kind of stuck. You never experienced it unless you experience it. But they made it seem like that they did experience it because they kept going around telling people that they were the truth with their lies. That's what they did. So when the truth finally arrived, because again, we're going back to distorted reality. They had a distorted reality in regards to how they wanted people to see or perceive them, right? So they did this on their own, literally. They sure did. They did this on their own. That's what people don't understand, or people are now soon to understand. This wasn't your fault. Does that make sense? All you did was spoke truth. That's it. You ain't put your hands on them. That's it. That really hurts. Literally. It hurts. And that's how they feel too. They feel hurt. Literally and figuratively, they be feeling it. Oh, okay, what the hell are you crying for? Someone that may cry in front of your face. Like, what's wrong with you? Ew. You got lost faith, and you lost faith a long time ago because you and your good vibes, child. And they want you to be desperate. So the little bit of energy that they have, their little crying stunt, they'll sit there and they'll cry, they'll whine in regards. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, and whatever. It sound like a dog that yeah. That's in heat. But anywho, we have desperate here. And they become desperate of your good vibes. They become so desperate of your good vibes that they want to do anything possible to get back on that side. Again, they weren't expecting you to leave them. What you mean? They coming back. Man, they coming back. What you talking? They coming back. Oh, okay. Remember, their way of the highway. You said, that highway looking mighty good. Let me hurry up and go down this highway. And you took the back road. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But before you left, again, you had the key, the master key in regards to who this individual or group of individuals were. Take it how it resonates. And you were the one that were able to unlock the parts that they wanted hidden from everybody. That's the actual truth of them. Even though it's still a lie, if that makes sense? They're living in a lie, but they're hiding their truth inward. If that makes sense? They're not expressing their truth. They're hiding it. So when they're hiding the truth, you're going to hide it with lies. Because what's truth? What's the opposite of truth? Lies. So if they're not telling truth, they're going to tell lies. If you're not telling lies, when you're going to tell truth, there's no way around it. You can't spin it. You can't. That's it. You can't flip it how you want to. That's it. It's either that one or that one. So they never had truth. They've never experienced truth like you before, because it's like, what the fuck? Damn. Stop talking. And you hitting them hard with the truth that you speaking, and it's creating a lot of challenges within themselves. They won't tell you that though. They just want to harm you or hurt you because of what you're doing, and you don't even know risk versus reward. Risk versus reward. They risk everything to get towards your good vibes, and they messed up here. Now they got a grudge against you. Yeah, entitlement. They feel entitled to your care, to your wisdom, to your patience. They feel entitled. Which is crazy. They feel entitled to your good vibes because you shared with them. That makes sense? And they hated the fact that you did that, because they didn't think it was real. They really thought that you were giving them a distorted reality of goodness or greatness, because they've never experienced it before. That's why you are who you are, great. And they always try to, we'll say, redirect the greats. We'll put it that way. And that's what this group of people or individuals, take how it resonate, that's what they try to do. Try to redirect you with unspoken truth by getting you to doubt yourself. They wanted you to doubt yourself by the unspoken truth, meaning the truth that you don't speak. They want you to be afraid of that. They want you to doubt that. Oh no, that ain't true. Oh, it's not true. They come in again with a distorted reality, just trying to spin it in a way where their way is the better way or the best way. And the less truth that you speak, the more you're going to doubt yourself. The less truth you speak, the more you're going to doubt yourself. And that's what they wanted. They wanted you to doubt yourself. They didn't want you to think that the things that you were feeling and seeing was on point. What's that? Lack of commitment. And that's why you may have felt that there was a lack of commitment from this person. It could be a mom, a dad, a brother, cousin, sister, uncle, ex-spouse, ex-lover, however, ex-friend, whatever, however. And this is why you may have felt that there was a lack of commitment coming from those individuals, because they didn't want you to speak the truth. The more you speak truth, the more you elevate. We all know this, because truth brings information, brings change, okay? Again, they didn't want you to do that, because if you kept doing it, they would have no choice but to grow. They don't want to grow. And hey, that's okay. But the moment that they don't want to grow is the moment that they should have been okay with disconnected from you too. Because ain't no way you should be put in a very compromising position to be harmed because you don't want to do what they're doing. The lack of commitment here is that they weren't putting in the effort. You were. And the moment that you took away your good vibes is the moment that the unspoken truth started to come out because of the entitlement that they thought that they had in regards to taking things from you, or more so trying to change the trajectory of the way that you see things. They wanted you to see things from a falsehood of how they saw it. No. You are the truth. How the hell you the truth but you speaking false? That don't even go together. And I'm saying it that way. That don't even go together. It don't. You speak truth but you lying? That don't go together. What? That don't make sense. I promise you, if you tell a lie, you be like, oh my God, I felt so bad. You gonna feel really bad. Trust me. You be like, nah, you gonna feel really bad. Like, man, I should have never did that. Knowing you know better. That makes sense. Oh, goodness. Somebody live in Kansas. Junction City. Junction. Well, I can't say that. But yeah, JC, Junction. Ugh. I can't say that word. But anywho, naive. Or Topeka. I'm seeing a saloon. That's what I see, a saloon. Entitlement and naive. They thought that you were naive to the point where they could have been entitled to your good vibes. They betted on you. They betted on you being naive, but more so, as I mentioned yesterday, they knew that you were intellectually sharp. You always caught things because of the truth that you spoke, right? But they felt, or even knew, we'll be honest here, I feel like they knew that there were some parts of your emotional state that you could work on in regards to like your boundaries, saying no, you're not going to do this, you're not going to help, you know? You may have been a person before where you're willing to help anyone and just say, okay, you know, problem, yeah, okay, yeah, in that kind of way. So they thought that by your kindness, they took it for weakness, and they thought it made you very naive, which is really odd, but so then they became entitled to your good vibes, and they started to play these games with you. How you gonna play games with my energy? I'm not playing with you. Literally and figuratively. Hold on, my leg getting stuck in the chair, child. I got on shorts today. Put the blanket under. All right. All right, fear. Yeah, they thought you were naive bad. Like to the point it was real fearful that they thought that you were always, like you were like a la-la, like a doodle head, like la 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 la. They thought that's what you were, bad. And actually at times they felt bad for you because they thought like, dang, this person don't know nothing. That's crazy. You see how, you see, thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna put it in this way. They look at you, right? Here it is. They look at you in fear. More so, they think you're naive because you're not aware in regards to what they are doing. So they judge you based on you not being aware as to what they are doing towards you. But the moment that you are aware in regards to what they have done or what they are doing towards you, it's a different thing. It doesn't make sense. So how is it that the collective's naive when they weren't aware of the thing that this, we'll say, karmic group was trying to do towards, i.e. the collective, the general collective here? Somebody help me make that make sense. You weren't naive. You were just unaware. In the moment you became aware, what happened? You changed. You did something different. You went a different route. You created something different. You spoke the truth. You spoke more truth, whatever the case may be. For some of you guys, you may have thought that everything just kind of like died down, like everything was quiet, you know? You thought everything was over. For some of you guys, you weren't even aware that things kept moving forward or kept going behind your back. You thinking you living life. You thinking that everything is cool because you ain't hear from this person. You living your life, they living their life. And no, things still being sabotaged behind the scene. You trying to figure out what's going on here and all these different ridiculous things. And my goodness. Yeah, with external influences, meaning people from outside or people that you may have been connected with, and they speaking outside of between you and them, and they sharing text messages, and it's just odd. Like you may be texting a friend or whatever, and that friend will screenshot what you have and send it to another friend or send it to the group. That's crazy. Victim mentality. They created chronic self-deception into a distorted reality with emotional repression. They're not emotionally stable. They're emotionally frozen. The feelings they refuse to acknowledge don't disappear. They build pressure. And eventually, they leak out through irrational anger, paranoia, passive aggression, or breakdowns. So eventually, because of the truth that you spoke, the more truth you spoke, because every time they kept coming back towards you, you kept giving them more truth and more truth and more truth and more truth. And it's like, all right, stop. Okay, I'm going back down. I'm gonna come back. That's literally what it was. I'm so for real. They felt wounded every time you told you listen. Every time you told them off, child. That could make somebody go unwell. And that's what's happening here. So for real though. That's what's happening here. Look, lack of accountability. Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. Most people lack accountability because of the lies that they speak. That's what it is. It's straight in your face. That's what it is. Lack of accountability. With a victim mentality. Okay, well, I lack accountability. I need something else to help me support this or hide this up. Now they're going to play victim. They don't want to, they lack the accountability because they don't have any. So if they don't have that, they got to think of something quick. Oh, cue the emotions. Oh man. And that's where you come in. Because you were emotionally connected to that person, group, whatever the case may be at that time. You see them crying, you see them this and that. You're like, hey, what's going on? You okay? I need you $200. They're like, okay, here you go. And listen, we're going to be real here, okay? You give them the little money or whatever, however, you help support them or whatever. You let them stay over your home. You gave them food. You cook something, whatever, child. You gave them something. Take our resting. Like you literally would drop everything just to go help them. Okay? We just going to keep it real and honest here, okay? Victim mentality. Now they're crying. Now with the emotions here, this is how they knew that you were intelligent or more intelligent than them. They knew this, and they knew this. This is how they knew this, because every time you said the truth, it requires intelligence, right? Because intelligence is truth. Okay? It really is. But they tried to twist your truth to make it lie, so that way you can't use your mind in regards to the truth that you're speaking. So they're trying to distort what you're saying by trying to get you to think of something, but more so emotionally. And these individuals knew at the time that you might not have been emotionally secured. Maybe not all the way. We're going to take a high resonates, but at one point in time, you weren't emotionally, we'll say regulated. to be able to handle what was going through, because there were so many things happening. You were losing things. You may have lost your place. Some of you guys may have been separated from a child or kids, separated from a family dynamic. Like with so many, you had court, car broke down, you lost your car. Like with so many things that just keep coming, right? So they thought that that was going to put like an emotional stain on you to the point where you kind of like break down. That's what they were trying to do here. That's why they kept trying to come back over and over and over again, because they realized your mental was very sharp or strong, if that makes sense. That's why I always say, don't play with your mind. You must protect your mind. I always say that. Like, don't play with your mind. You don't play with that. Take that real serious, right? And they knew that you took that very serious. So the only thing that they thought at the time that they had to open it to was through your heart. Right through your heart. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get them there. Watch. Yo, can you set that? Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. And you just like it's not a. It was very pure. The request was very pure from your end. So if they say, hey, can I get something? Yeah, sure, no problem. You're not thinking anything of it. It's not, like your mind is not programmed to think negative or think in a negative way or do something negative, you know? Like when you give to the person, yeah, take some. That's all you want. Yeah, you can take some more. Like I'll get more, because you have that energy of abundance or plenitude, if that makes sense. So you don't think small, you don't think lack, you think big. You know what I say? You better think big, B. It was a guy somewhere on TikTok, I believe, and he was like, you better think big, B. I can't say the word, but you catch my drift. Oh, God. So with the victim mentality, they're trying to use their emotions to get through your emotions. So if they cry, they're going to think you're going to cry. If they see that they're crying, they're going to see you're going to try to come towards them to, like, settle it down. Oh, you all right? What you need, boo? All right, I'm okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, they put on the show with this victim mentality role. They use their emotions in a way to get what they want. If they can't beat you here, they're going to get you here. And that's how they got you. Yes, they did. And that's something you need to know about your future self. Hey, that's what you need to know about your future self. Or your future self will thank you. Someone's name is Trey. Tracy. I'm hearing the name Tanita. Tanita. Let me see. Let me get my petty deck out. Someone's from Seneca, or someone's name could be Seneca. I do believe Seneca was a type of car. I believe. I definitely heard that name Seneca before, for sure. We have pray. So with the pray here, one more. Bad luck. One more. Attention. Okay. So pray bad luck and attention, right? Hey, Sierra. The lack of accountability puts them in a victim mentality, which is causing them a lot of bad luck because of the attention that it brings. It is a full circle event. It really is full circle. And the reason why it's full circle here is because at first, initially, they knew they lack accountability, but other people weren't aware. You were aware, i.e., you hold the master key or held the master key in regards to the lies that they were trying to hide from other people. This is why they kept giving you that much flack and pushback and this and that and da 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 da. because they knew that you were the only one that can blow up their spot. And they did not want that. They loved the attention that they received from your connections and from other people's connections. They were the wrong person to do that. Someone's name is Wendy or Wednesday. Someone's name could be actually Friday. I'm hearing Francophone, Francis, France, Frederick, Frederica. Oh wait, I think I have a couple reads. Hold on, y'all. It came full circle here because they wanted all the attention and they got bad attention by continuously being in this victim mentality role. So now they're trying to pray their way out of it and it's not working. All of the unspoken truth that they tried to hide, it's not working. You were the unspoken truth. You were. If they would have left you alone, if they would have left you alone, the truth would have been unspoken. Gotta keep it real. The truth was spoken because it kept coming towards you, trying to provoke you into something. And the more that they provoke you into something, the more you kept giving them the truth, giving them the truth, giving them the truth. Ah, dang, stop it. You always got, why you gotta be so tough? Why you gotta this? Why you gotta always say like that? You always so, that's that. They can't handle your truth. They keep coming back towards you. They keep trying to nitpick with you, fight with you. You trying to stay far away from them. They keep trying to literally come into the fire, into the blaze, which is your truth. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They want to see how much they can handle the heat that you always give to them every time they try to mash your corns. And every time you give them the heat, they can't handle it. Again, that's why they keep going away quietly. You ain't hear from them in a day, 2 days, a week, months, years even. You ain't hear from them. And they just come back around. Hey, how you doing? You be like, why you come back around? Like, what you want? In that kind of way. Every time it came towards you, the tower came, which is why it was always the wrong time, which is why they always had to go back and to revert, to go back to the board to figure out how they can get underneath your skin. They're weird. Okay, perfect. They're so weird. So they're literally plotting, which is, I mean, it's not a shocking message, but it's not a shocking message to you, but it's a shocking message to other people because people are going to realize that they're into spell work. Yeah. People are going to realize that. And they're going to be like, what? No, they're not. It's going to be proof of it. And that's what's going to make them go even more insane because they don't want people to know. Like, why do you know what you know about them? Because the karmic is trying to pry into the collective's life. And when I'll spin it this way. The karmic always want to be everywhere where you are. They want to know what you're doing, who you're doing, why, where. They need to know every little part, every intricate part of you for whatever reason. They just have to know what you got going on. And the moment that you realize that this person was severely overstepping your boundaries, you decided to do something completely different. And they could not handle that, child. So every time they came back towards you, so let's say you typing up, you writing something down, you relax and they come in, they start blah, 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 blah. You ignore it. You ain't say a word. Blah, 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 blah. They come back again, and it just keep getting louder and louder to the point like, oh my God, can you stop? Or you okay or something? No, I'm trying to talk and you won't do it. And this is how it begins here. This is what a narcissistic person do. That's how it starts. They want you to be so invigorated within the conversation of the argument there, that they don't realize that they're asking for something that they're not ready for, which is the truth. Because when you have an argument or miscommunication with them, you speak nothing but the truth. That's why this, that's why you are this, that's why you can't, that's why you did not, that's why you did, whatever. But that is the truth, and that is too harsh. It's too harsh for them. It's like a big slap. And every time you slap them, they go running and they go hiding and they go calling, hey, the collective did this to me. The collective said, you be like, but they didn't talk about what they did. You know, something like that. They're always hiding that darker part of self towards other people. So that way, if at any point in time, because remember, they thrive off of external validation, or more so influence. That's what make them feel like they are this big thing or big shot or whatever the case may be. Without the external influence, if they don't have that, they don't have anything. If that makes sense. So in order for them to save face or to keep that face, they will fall into the victim mentality role because they don't have accountability. They lack it. So if they don't have that, they can't use that. They can't use accountability because they don't have any. So because they don't have that, now they created a victim mentality. See where it's going? Or see where I'm going with this? They create a victim mentality here that not only created bad luck for them because of the plotting that they were doing against you, but also because of the attention that they were receiving. They were the one that was calling people and telling people about you. You wasn't doing none of that stuff. You was minding your business. You was going about your life. No, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you? You can't do that to me. You can't. You like, what's going on with that person? So you got humiliation and you got judgment here. So now they're trying to humiliate you because you judged them. Well, I mean, what the what the F? What the F? What the F? What the Franklin? Okay. But no, for real, judgment and humiliation here. Okay, and I miss pray. So they're trying to pray themselves out of the situation because they no longer have control over the situation. They don't have control over the situation here. So now, again, they're trying to pray themselves out of the situation by, oh, I'm going to do better. I'm going to change my ways. I'm going to bloop, bloop, bloop. And it's not the truth because, again, somebody eating ramen, but that's sidebar. But that's the unspoken truth here. Like somebody putting a lot of them green onions in it. Somebody got a big bowl of soup. I just see the steam going up with the chopsticks. So, okay. Oh, goodness. It's a baggage. Yeah. So with the judgment humiliation here, it came with a lot of baggage that they created. The baggage came from the attention that they were seeking. That's where the baggage came from. The baggage is the gossip. The baggage is the backhanded compliments, the passive aggressiveness, the things that make them up in a negatively way that a lot of other people thrive on or love to be around. Let's keep it real. We're in a society where people love, if somebody fighting or arguing, they're going to pull out their phone, they're going to watch. We all know that, okay? It's very seldom you'll see somebody like break it up or stop. But more than likely, they'll pull out their phone or just watch. But anywho, that brings forth attention, but not really good attention, negative attention in that way. And that's what they were plotting on you because you hurt their heart, because you spoke the truth. Big old you spoke the truth, but yet they keep calling you small and mighty. Okay. And that could be in your voice, that could be in your delivery, that could be, shoot, even in your stature. Take it how it resonates. But something about you, they don't see you as strong. They just see you as weak. They feel like that you should be arguing and fighting with them on a day-to-day. That's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. It's just not. Imagine you sitting down quietly, you minding your business, and this narcissistic person just come along and just start to yip. You be like, God damn it. Okay, all right, cool. Then they get aggressive because you're not responding the way that they want you to respond. I mean, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Then they go back to plotting. It could be an Aquarius, take out how it resonates. And I mean plotting with no rest, child. They just plotting with no rest in the near future, child. Oh, man. Someone's name could be Aquanetta or Netta, Vanetta. Somebody could be from Venice, Italy. I'm also here in Copenhagen. I'm also here in Denmark. Someone's name is Daka. You may have a darkened dog. Someone's name is Caesar, or you could be eating a Caesar salad. Someone's name is Cesar. I'm also hearing the name Cinquetta. I'm also hearing 55, which is 55 in French. So someone could be 55, and you could be turning 55. Someone's name is Paula or Pauline. Then I'm also hearing praline, the praline nuts. I'm also hearing Prada. Somebody could speak like that. You see how the word Prada is spelled P-R-A-D-A? Someone could Prada you. Somebody may text that to you in that type of way. That type of lingo specifically, P-R-A-D-A, and then like just a U. Prada you like that. Somebody text you that recently. Let's see what else. It was a friend of me. What's that? Yeah, so take a high rest days, okay? I don't understand how you hate somebody but be around them. I couldn't do that. I would be boiling up, child. I'm like, I don't want to be around you. Stay away. I would tell you, I don't want to be around you. Why are you here? Like, bye, I see you. Can you go? Do something. Just do something. Just leave me alone. I guess they thought it was some kind of a game or something. Yeah, they really did, because these people weird, child. Ooh. They weird. It's like a mental weird. That they think is funny, and it's not. It's really not funny. It's when you able to really sit down and think about it, ask why they're doing it. It's like it's like PU, like patooey. It's so yuck. It's so patooey. You know, like a spit patooey. That's like, go away. God damn. They're confused. Somebody could be going for eye surgery, or you need drops in your eyes. Your eyes could be bothering you. You may need to take a break. If you work on a computer, you may need to take a break. It's not me, but somebody on here. Somebody's name is Luscious or Luther. Someone's name's Lawanda or Latrice. Lawrence. I'm hearing Lawrence, Kansas. I'm also hearing Lexington. That could be someone's name. I'm also hearing Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington can be about a horse as well. Someone's name could be Lexington, so it could be Lexington Ave. Take that how that resonates. Hey. What you shocked about, Samurai? We have unable to express emotion. A Leo that was a rival of yours. Because of the boundaries that you set up. The boundaries was the truth. That was the boundaries. The boundaries was the truth. They couldn't get past that. They couldn't get past your mind because you always spoke truth, but they thought or felt that they can get past your heart. And for some, it did work. It did. And that's okay. You learn from it because you did, or you are learning from it. But it's like they seeped into your heart because they knew that you had a soft spot to help people and to, you know, they did. But they did more harm than good to themselves. We have the moon here. That was see? Now it's exposed. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Samurai. Give your eyes a rest, boo. All right, so we have the moon here. Somebody drinking vodka, or you could be drinking it straight. Just be mindful, okay? Be mindful. Somebody drinking it straight. Oh, Lord. Like, you can smell it off their pores. Somebody's, like, sloppy drunk. Like, they can't function. We got loss here. Somebody going through really bad. Somebody's drinking really bad. Really bad. I specifically heard vodka. Ew, that's what's gonna come to life. What? Light, not life. That's what's gonna come to life? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Adjudication. Of a family room. Secrets of the family room being exposed. That's what it is. The life. It'll be brought to life. So the secrets of the family room will be brought to life. So there's a wealthy man that's sick right now, or a person that was wealthy, or a person that would have been considered wealthy for the family. Take it how it resonates. They're sick right now. So we have bad health. So there's a lot of people becoming unwell, like sick. And as I mentioned before, I said it's going to be a lot of like mental instabilities happening, and people getting sick. That's the pathway. Oh, Lord, child. One more card, please. A mature man. So there's a mature man that's sick. It could be a younger man that's sick. That's within the family room, family dynamic. They're sick. They have a lot of money. Or they're always taking care of things. False person, gift, despair, courtship, marriage. It could be by marriage. Mom, dad, brother, cousin, sister, uncle, ex, ex-spouse, ex-lover, take it how it resonates. Is a false person with a gift in despair, message of concern. Just sudden wealth. Oh, what do you have here, spirit? Oh, so it's like what the okay, so the person that's bothering you is pushing that person, ooh, Lord, child, to the edge. Ooh, woo. This false person that doesn't like your gift to the world, that keeps bothering you, that keeps doing foolish things towards you. We'll put it this way, the person that helped you, they don't want that person anywhere near you. They don't want, you can't get any money from them, nothing, nothing, nothing. They want you in despair, nothing but despair. Like you have to be. You can't get anything I have like that. Again, mom, dad, brother, cousin, sister, uncle, friend, co-worker, ex-friend, ex-lover, ex-spouse. There's a man in despair because of his health. His health is deteriorating really fast. It's an older man and it's a younger man. A younger man could be like maybe 30, let's say 30 to 50. 50 is still pretty young. I would consider 60 elder. 50 is young still. But between the age of 30 to 50. Could be the 5th child, could be the 3rd child, could be the 4th child, the 5th or the 11th child. Someone's birthday could be on the 17th, the 5th, the 11th, the 13th, or the 32nd. Or sorry, Lord child. 32nd would be February 29th. So somebody's birthday could be on a leap year. Or you celebrate between February and March 1st. What you laughing at, girl? So we got community here. Yeah, the community is going to be aware. I feel like the person that you got away from, honestly, seriously, they're doing something towards this person. I'm so for real. Because they don't want this person to help you. They don't want this person to help you at all. Whoever was bothering you would kind of like push you away and didn't want you to be around people, whoever this person is. They didn't want this person helping you. But the community is going to learn a lot more about this person. Mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, friend, ex-lover, ex-spouse, however, Resi. A lot more people are going to be learning about who this person truly is in regards to what they do for finances. And there's a lot of insurance. Oh my God, look. Oh. I was going to say a lot of insurance. Yo, this is crazy. And I feel like they're making this person sick right now. And I feel like it's contributing. And when I say sick with like spellwork and stuff, because they're doing a lot of painful, harsh things. It's not working on you. You're not the center of attention right now because they're trying to figure out how they can do what they're doing towards you to finish it, but they can't. So they're going to, the weakest link is the person who helped you in the past. That's the weakest link. And they're going towards this person. Again, it could be a mature man or a younger man, like 30 to 50 years of age. So take that how that resonates. Somebody could be born in the 50s, 51, 53, 59. Somebody born 93, 91, 95, 97. Look, mature woman. Take it how it resonates. Take this how this resonates. It could be a mom, dad, brother, cousin, sister, uncle. Man, there's a lot surrounding money. It's like the Black Widow strikes or something like that, y'all. Like you may have stopped eating from this person because you may have felt very odd and off with this person from eating. If you was living with this person, message of concern in a house. You may have stopped eating from this person because you had an inkling something was off. Yeah, they going to jail, imprisonment. Yep, they going to jail. I can't talk too much on here. This is so crazy stuff. What the frick? Let me see what else, child. Oh, Lord, child. Resurrection. Ooh. Shake off the past and rise again. Things are being resurrected. Planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. Somebody's eating pizza or Pizza Hut. So, okay, so because they're not leaving this alone, they won't leave your truth alone. It's like the more they keep going back to trying to figure out how to beat you, the more they keep resurrecting old things. So you keep getting occurrences where you're remembering more about your childhood that you should not, because I feel like they try to put you in a position where you would now remember what happened during your childhood so they can kind of feel comfortable with living whatever lifestyle they wanted to live. But as I mentioned, this person doesn't like you at all. They don't. And this is why they just keep trying to like push and push and push and push until you become unwell. Like they do a lot of things to make you unwell, but they really try to attack your mind. You ain't this and you ain't that. And you'll never be. And you just jealous and you just, and we're like, what the fuck you talking about? Jealous? And child, please, of what? When they're the one that's starting the fight in the argument. That's all I'm saying. They don't make sense. A person that's not jealous or envy, they're not going to start anything with you. They're going to be going about their day or their life. That makes sense. Shoot, for all I know, some of you guys, for how resident, you could have been sleeping with the enemy. Could have been an ex-spouse, ex-lover that was doing this foolishness towards you. Someone's name is Rico, Ricardo, Ricky, Reckless. Okay, I heard Reckless. Somebody's name Reckless. Okay, I've never heard that before. We have Reggie or Reginald. A shield of resilience. Employ your shield of resilience, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strength in love and career. Yeah, so you could be focusing on love and career at this moment or at this time. Someone's name is Veronica. I'm also hearing the Haka, H-A-K-K-A, I believe. Isn't that like a Polynesian type of dance, I believe? Or it came from the Polynesian area of the world, or New Zealand, somewhere over there. I think it's called the Haka. Or Maori, M-A-O-R-I. I'm also hearing that, Maori. I'm also hearing Papua New Guinea. So take that how that resonates. Maybe you were looking up research. Maybe you were just looking it up. What else, Spirit? Free to move, fast progress. So the more they kept resurrecting this planning phase, it kept going back to the drawing board. It made you more suspicious. How did it make you more suspicious? Because when you left that person, or when they left you, again, 2 hours or 3 hours, 3 days, 3 months, 3 years, and then they just pop back up like, hey, how you doing? You be like, what the Why are you popping up in that kind of way? So the more they kept leaving, the more you got suspicious, like something not right, something is off. So it puts you in a position where you were able to kind of sit for self, or more so to tap into self, or to allow, you know, the energies to guide you, take a high resonates, or the messages, you were receiving messages from spirit. It puts you in a position where now you felt very free to move around. And when you moved around, or you moved quickly, or sorry, when you moved around free to move, it puts you on a path to fast progress. Fast progress to the point where they will never see you again. Look, going forward. It say going forward. Look how fast it's going forward. You see the lights, the strobe lights? Look at the strobe lights. It's like, shoom, you out. You say you're not going back to that. Why would you go back to that? You have vortex of creativity. Spiral into your creative vortex, unleashing imaginative power to manifest your dreams into reality. And that's what you're doing because you're going forward. Ghost be racer, go. And then we have, man, listen, this is, I really like how I'll be tapped in with the cards, bruh. But it says spirit link and divine timing. And because you decided to go forward, the vortex of creativity, meaning creativity means change or shift. That's what it means. It means that you are seeing things in a way that you see, but you bring your own unique twist to it. So it makes it very unique, very different, very like, oh, wow, that's cool in that kind of way. So it's like a vortex of it. But because of the vortex of creativity, it is linking you up with spirits with divine timing. So it's like spirit is telling you to do what you need to do to get to wherever you need to get to. You know what I mean? After being in a desert of isolation, even though you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. If that makes sense. You're not isolated. You may feel like you are. You're not isolated. If you do, get some fresh air, go outside, okay? But allow spirit to guide you. Yeah, web of connection. Okay, you could be on social media. You could be a part of this soul tribe. You have quiet moments here. You like your quiet moments. And your quiet moments allow you to adapt to transformation. Yes. Uh-huh. All because you moved, all because you shifted, all because you decided to go forward. Heart's desire. You decided to follow your heart's desire, which was you. You were your heart's desire. And you decided to follow that. They thought that they were your heart's desire. Or did I say that right? They thought that, yeah, they thought that they were your heart's desire. Crystal of clarity until it wasn't for you when you receive your what is it? Crystal of clarity. Meaning you are clear, or you receive clear information or insight in regards to who this person is. They in a lot of trouble. And it's because of your truth. But your truth is not hurting you because there's no more illusions. Yeah. There's no more illusions, so your truth is not hurting you. You get ready to thrive, or you should be thriving now. Making plans for it. Yeah, wish granted. So if you recently burned incense this morning, or wherever you are, whenever you watch this video, if you burnt incense, it was granted. If you spoke into the incense or prayed over the incense or whatever you did, it worked because winds of fortune is here. So that's a form of air energy or Mercury energy. So somebody works with incense, or you can make your own incense. But that's a strong confirmation for you. Give up control. Don't micromanage. Do not micromanage the universe. Just go with the flow. Let me give you an example. If you receive a message and your spirit tell you to go outside, you just have a nudge to go outside. Go outside. You don't know why. Just go outside. You go outside. Now your spirit tell you to go sit near the tree. If you have a tree in your backyard, you go sit by the tree. Now, you know what I mean? Like, allow it to guide you, because, like, don't say no. There's a lot of things that's coming in. Wish granted. Just listen to the guidance. Like, make sure, specifically this weekend, if you can help it, I believe astrology is, I think they said Mars and Uranus. I believe so. I know Uranus is in there. But basically this weekend the potential is very high for a lot of heightened altercations, miscommunications, arguing, road rage, things of that nature. And the astrologer specifically said this weekend in particular. So if you're going out, just be mindful. People on edge and things of that nature. Just, choose your battles wisely. Because Uranus also represents cars. So, yeah, just choose your battles wisely. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, whatever, yeah. See, we have light here. Some of them could be Latanya, Lattimore, Quincy. I'm hearing Qatar, the country Qatar. Someone's learning how to play the guitar. Someone's name is Madison. I'm hearing Marilyn Monroe. I'm also hearing Mackenzie, Michaela, Mackie, Mickey, McDonald's. Someone's name is Marta, Marguerite. I'm also hearing Margarita, Margot. Somebody has a scar going across their chest. Letter M. So I don't know what that's about. It could be your father. Your father may have a cut across the chest. It could be an M. Thank you. This person loves music. So it's a father here that may love music. Yep, so there's an opportunity coming in. So whatever names I just channeled, I don't remember already. It just goes like that. Yeah. I know it's a lot of M names, so sorry if I don't remember. But whatever M names are, I stated, there's a window of opportunity coming in here. So better be ready. Yep, it's enough to make you cry. Yep, it's enough to make you cry. So all them M names that I mentioned. Somebody going on a hayride, or I guess a summer ride. I don't know. I just see hay, and I just see someone sitting in the warm sun. Not hot sun, it's a warm day. But that's what I see. Like I'm from the Philly area, so like a Linville Orchid. I don't know if y'all remember that. Or like an orchid farm where you can go pick your own like fruits and vegetables and stuff. So Somebody is a fire sign, or you may have fire in your chart. Someone's name is Celeste. Somebody has a cat, or you want to get a cat. Somebody may have 4 cats. I'm telling you, somebody, so whoever helped you before, so again, it could be a mom, a dad, a friend, an ex-friend, ex-lover, ex-spouse, whatever, however. There was another person that was in between you and them helping you out, and they don't want them to help you out because of the truth that you spoke about them. That makes sense? So whatever truth you spoke, it's like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. That kind of way, they're gonna get you back, and they feel like they can get you back by cutting you off, like financially. But that's okay. Don't even worry about that. Just this weekend specifically, like really just follow your gut. Just follow your gut. Clean up your home, clean up your space. If you're in a spot where it's going to be real nice and sunny, if you can, get up, clean up real early, and just let the windows open and just let that good sun come in, that good energy come in. You know, set yourself up for the day, and then just follow your spirit for the weekend. And that's your homework. And see what happens, because something early is coming. Yeah, something is coming. Like look, notice. Not a bad notice though. It's not a bad notice. It's an idea filled that's going to, it's going to turn out great. So whatever the idea is, I don't know. And you may have several, okay? That's so corny, Sierra. If you would have never told the truth in regards to them, you probably would have been cool with them. But this is how it goes with them from their point of view. You probably would have been cool with them, but they didn't want you. They didn't want you to have control. So they felt like by gossiping about you here is what's going to have the control. But again, as I mentioned, it's not working here. Because honestly, this person is like below in their mind, like their IQ, or more so their whole intellect and everything is like kaput right now, because they're on some form of a paraphernalia that they're hiding from people. So it's like looks can be deceiving, or things are not what it seems in that kind of way. So if you're disconnected from this person, you don't know that this is going on here. They're escaping with paraphernalia here. Any person that is hiding in lies will self-destruct in front of everyone to see. Why is that? Because everything that they do is hidden within themselves. No one knows but you and them. That's it. That's all. They're not going to show that hand to everybody, because if they do show that hand to everybody, they're not going to be able to get what they want from the people that they feel that they already have their control over. If that makes sense. So they need to keep you at bay because your truth is too damn harsh. They can't deal with your mess at that time. So sometimes they leave you alone and they push you to the back burner. But when they're ready for you, they're going to come in. They're going to let you know what's up, right? So with that being said here, any person is hiding in lies will self-destruct in front of everyone to see. Meaning here that because of the truth that you speak, it knocks out the lies within that they are trying to hide, and it puts them in a position where they're now triggered because of the harsh truth that you speak. So it goes back down to chronic self-deception, which is why they lie so much to others and themselves, to the point where they start to believe the lie. So an example would be a narcissistic parent constantly telling others, I gave my child everything. I was the best mother or father anyone could ask for. But to be honest, they were emotionally neglectful, critical, and controlling. They also dismiss your feelings, prioritize their own image, and manipulate with guilt or shame. This is what a narcissistic parent or an example of that would be in regards to chronic self-deception. But then when you try to have a conversation with them or try to speak about them in regards to the past, they'll say things like, you're ungrateful, I don't know what you're getting this from, you're rewriting history, you're not making sense, that's not true, why are you lying? Like, they're just trying to basically defect here. So then it brings it down to number 2, which is the distorted reality. They're trying to distort your reality, or more so the truth of your reality, so that way it can match in regards to what they want you to see in regards to how they see themselves. They see themselves as the truth, but you can't see yourself as the truth if you can't speak truth. It's not going to work. Because why are they triggered by the truth that you're speaking? If they were able to withhold or withstand all of this, they wouldn't be triggered. That makes sense. So again, they don't make sense. Like, what? You triggered? I can't believe you. Well, believe it, heifer. Okay? Believe it. Ain't nobody tell you to come around the collective with no damn lies. Keep your dusty lies far away, boo. Keep them far away, heifer. Oh, man. But yeah, you're going to find out, again, it could be a mom, a dad, a brother, sister, uncle, cousin, ex-friend, ex-lover, ex-spouse. Somebody's on something. And when they pop out, you're going to be like, what the Thank you. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, you going to see it a mile away. Like, just everything, all the murky waters you're going to see. Just murky, murky, murky. And if you look closely, doesn't this look like an eye or more so an ear? It could look like an ear, right? Or it could look like an eye, right? Things are not what it seems. Things are not what it seems to be heard as well too. They were trying to manipulate things. Look, air came out. They were trying to manipulate things so you couldn't see. That's what they did. In the moment that you were able to see, going back to that analogy of not Super Mario, regular Mario on Nintendo, that first board, 101, level 1, whatever, section 1, he jumped down, he go down the pipe, and it's completely dark. It'd be like, do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do, that one. And there's certain parts within that particular area of the game, there are like reward spots. And you may have to figure it out to get to the other side, so that way you can jump down the pipe to get the extra rewards. That it's like that. You had the key to the extra rewards that they were hiding from everybody. They were hiding all of their nastiness or their nice nasties from other people, because they knew that if you were to speak up, their life would have been over. So before you can get them, they actually got themselves. And here's how. Because they thought that there was some form of a competition, and it wasn't a competition. It was a one-sided thing, and they kept doing things to kind of like get you to pay them attention here, and it wasn't working. So the next step they did here was to put you in a compromising position to make you look unwell. And when that didn't happen, they started to gossip about you and things of that nature. That didn't happen. But when people start to realize that this person is malfunctioning or self-sabotage because of the truth that you're speaking, thank you. This is the reason why people are seeing them triggered in this way, because it's like, well, they haven't been saying anything about you. What's going on with you? And they this and they that, and I can't believe it. Yeah. The truth truly hurts, literally and figuratively. The truth truly hurts. Like, really. They look tired, child. They look exhausted. They look so exhausted. That silence is it's a MFer. So Tiffany G says on TikTok, I've been silenced. Silence is an MFer. It really is. Especially when that person know that they're guilty, and I'll put it into two scenarios. One scenario is that yes, they are aware that they're guilty, but the scenario with you, part one, would be that you're not aware that they're guilty. So despite them being aware that they're guilty and they know that you don't know yet or just don't know at all, they're still guilty and they still want to do things to get your attention to assure that they don't alert you in regards to what they're trying to do to you here. The other option or the other perspective here is that they know that they're truly guilty and you are aware that they're guilty, and it puts them in this frenzy zone that's like mayday, mayday. That's emergency glass break type of energy that they just frantic, and I gotta tell her, and they calling everybody and they doing this and they da da da. Yeah, child, they running around like a chicken with no head on. You were like, you all right there? You okay? So yeah, so honestly, they're the one that caused their own demise. The truth hurts. If they would have left you alone, like true facts, I'm speaking bars, okay? If they would have left you alone, the truth would have went unseen and unspoken. Reason being is because you're not the one to be like, oh, and I heard, guess what? And I heard, that's not you. When someone disconnects from you, that disconnects too. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight. You don't want to argue. You don't want to fight. You don't want to put people on blast. You don't have time for stuff like that. But just in case, we're going to keep that in the duck. We're going to keep that proof just in case. So just in case you try. Yeah, and that's what they weren't anticipating. They weren't anticipating for you to have a ooh-wop in the bag. That spiritual wagon. I made a TikTok about this maybe about a year or so ago. It's in the pinned comments. But it's the spiritual wagon that you dragging. Okay? So can't nobody shake the wagon, boo, period. You could be a male or female, take out how it resonates. Can't nobody shake your spiritual wagon, for real. They can try as much as they want. They're not going to get anything out of it. And they're learning the hard way. She said my filing cabinet is organized. That will always be the truth, right? So we have Pisces. You could be a Pisces. They could be a Pisces. We have the stars. I would consider that as an Aquarius. You could be, or they could be. We have Taurus. We have the sun. It could be a Leo. Or it could be the sun sign in Taurus, Aquarius, or Pisces. We have Gemini. You could be, they could be. We have Aquarius, strong Aquarius, and Capricorn. Strong Aquarius and Capricorn. Let me get one more sign. One more sign, please. One more sign, please. Okay, that says first quarter. So this is going by the moon cycles. A Cancer. So this is the last sign. So take that, how that resonates here. All right. So So we have Taurus, Sag, Gemini, Taurus, strong Taurus, Sag. Thank you. Another winning life cycle. Thank you, boo. Scorpio, Leo. I'm going to do 2 more. Oops. Libra, Capricorn. Okay? So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Today's Friday. I think I'm going to get me some Chinese food. Yeah. All right. Yes. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Oh yeah, don't forget Sierra. Put your information down on TikTok. Y'all make sure y'all follow Sierra. She's a life coach as well too. And she also have a lot of great things and opportunities as well. She also makes a great oracle decks, or she's a teacher that teaches you how to create your own oracle deck. So if you're very interested, y'all know Sierra. Sierra be bouncing from YouTube to TikTok from time to time. But if y'all interested, definitely look her up. Sierra, put your information down so they can see you. Her name is Capricorn Moon Goddess. She's one of the mods. So she is offering a course on how to create your own oracle decks. I have taken the course clearly. So here is this is my deck. And I was able to follow her instructions. And yeah, this is how I was able to make my first deck. This is actually through Sierra here. So yeah, if y'all interested in learning how to make your own deck, definitely check her out. And yeah. Yep. So yeah, love you guys. Hope you guys have a phenomenal day, and I will talk to y'all on the next one. See ya. Thank you. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye. I'm going to upload this right now. You're welcome. See you later. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Oh, shrimp sound good, girl. Yeah, shrimp sound real good. Yeah. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.